Find a comfortable seat down on the earth with your hips propped or otherwise. With your spine long, take your arms. Inhale, open both arms up towards the sky. And as you exhale, bring your arms along your chest. Give yourself a hug. Inhale, stretch your arms right back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, squeeze and hold and love yourself. Inhale, open your arms wide. And exhale, bring them back in around your chest. Inhale to open. Exhale to squeeze in. And gently release your hands and right away start to flow, moving your torso from side to side, creating great big circles with your chest, your head, your neck, moving in one direction and then shifting into the opposite direction. Can you find those sweet, sweet, tender spots in your body? And begin to alleviate any pain through the simple act of movement, of connection, and of breath. Notice where you feel tight or tender and see if you can start to dissolve that tenderness. Gently peel yourself back up, right? Sitting nice and tall, shrug your shoulders up and down your back. Taking these big, bold shoulder rolls in one direction. Using your breath to help contain and sustain the movement. And then switching into your shoulder rolls in the opposite direction, this time pouring your shoulders up and drawing them forward. Notice if there are particular areas that need an extra moment, an extra breath. Always giving your body precisely what it's begging for, listening and tuning in. From here, crawl down onto all fours. Stack your joints until your shoulders land above your wrists, your hips above your knees. And begin to move through spinal undulations, cat-cow. As you breathe in, wrap your shoulder blades down your back, lift your tailbone, your gaze, and your chest high. As you breathe out, puff into the space between your shoulder blades. Inhale to open your chest and send your tailbone high. Exhale, rock your pelvis under, rounding into your upper back. Inhale, open your chest, your heart. And as you exhale, this time lean back and prepare to shift your entire body weight back into downward facing dog. Keep your gaze between your hips and your knees. Spread your fingers wide, rooting down through your index fingers and your thumbs, and bend one knee and then the next as much as you need to. In fact, both legs can remain bent anytime you're in downward dog, and if this creates too much pressure to your head, opt for child's pose instead. From here, take as many steps as you need until you arrive at the top of your mat. Inhale, open your chest halfway. Exhale, fold, bending your knees to release. Allow your head to hang heavy. You always have the option of propping your hands on blocks so that this forward fold isn't as deep. Otherwise, allow your torso to sway softly from left to right. Feel the heaviness of your head coming down towards the earth. Gently release your fingers, bend deep into your knees. Inhale your arms up as you come up through Utkatasana, chair pose. Take one full cycle of breath here in chair pose, and then gently draw your hands towards your heart, extend your legs, and find mountain pose, Tadasana. From Tadasana, we're going to start swinging our arms from side to side. Swing your arms like ragdoll arms, back and forth, side to side, perhaps lifting them a little bit higher or lowering them. Keep your feet grounded for this exercise and really enjoy the sensations that ripple through your spinal body here. Allow your shoulders to release, your spine and your chest to release. And then slowing those helicopter arms down, come back down to standing. Spread your legs beyond hip distance apart with both feet pointing out 45 degrees and sink your pelvis down into a nice deep goddess squat. Perhaps taking a mudra by drawing your index fingers and thumbs together. Breathe here. Feel the fire, the fierce energy in your legs starting to build up. If you need to take a break, you can extend your legs, lower your arms, and then inhale, come right back into your goddess squat. If you're feeling extra strong, you might stay here, preserving 1 minute or longer, the length of a contraction in this pose, but you can always release and come right back in, pulsating in and out of your goddess squat. Notice the reaction to the muscular tension that builds up, and see if you can deepen your breath into those places that feel tender, those places that feel like they're working really, really hard, just as they'll work hard during labor. Pulsating one more time if you've chosen to come in and out of the pose. Stay connected, deep, deep connection to your breath. And when you come back to standing, place one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach, and feel. Feel the life force inside of you. Feel the life inside of you. Notice how your baby is responding to these movements. Perhaps moving and doing its own little baby yoga inside your body. From here, preparing for Warrior 2, turn your right leg towards the top of your mat and find a 90-degree bend in your right knee. Extend your right arm with your palm facing up as though you're receiving an offering. You might choose to take your left hand on your stomach, supporting and holding your baby as you breathe and gaze over your right middle fingers. Keep your legs strong, rooting down through the soles of your feet. And then eventually take your right elbow onto your right thigh, either keeping your left arm on your belly or extending your left arm alongside your ear, side angle pose. Keep grounded through both feet and find that extension through the lateral line of your body, that deep left side body. On your next breath in, come back up to standing. Extend your right arm forward and gently release your right hand to the inside of your right shin, to a block or to the floor, Trikonasana. Depending on the size of your belly, that opposite hand can stay on your stomach or extend right up to the sky. Take your gaze high or low, supporting your neck. Finally, work your way back up through standing. Take both toes to face forward, place your hands on your stomach, and take a moment to run your hands along your stomach in little tiny circles. Feel the connection to the baby beneath your skin. Go ahead and find Warrior 2 on the opposite side, this time bending into your left knee. Extend your left arm, gaze over your left middle fingers. Ensure that your legs are strong, rooted down through the four corners of your feet and hugging in through your midline. Breathe as you gaze over your fingertips, finding that strength. And perhaps taking your knee into extension before you lower right back down into side angle pose. Bend your left elbow, placing it onto your thigh. Either keep your right hand on your stomach, helping to hold that weight of your stomach up, or extend your right arm alongside your right ear. Now opening through your right lateral line. Breathe strong, deep breaths here. Before coming back up to standing, extending that arm down towards the floor and finding Trikonasana, triangle pose. Turn your gaze to a comfortable place. Connect with your breath and enjoy the sensation of this side stretch. To come out firm through your feet, inhale, lift back upright, turn both toes forward, and place your hands back onto your stomach, massaging your baby, massaging your belly, moving your hands from side to side, filling your stomach up with light and love. From here, we'll begin to embrace the most fluid part of our practice, gently opening your legs and then bending deep into your right knee, bending deep into your left knee, and moving back and forth. Either keep your hands on your thighs for support or open your arms out. I like to imagine that my hands are like seaweed brushing against the ocean floor. You might choose to integrate deeper, more expansive movements. And you might opt to keep this quite simple, but wherever you decide to go, can you give yourself permission to feel? Today's sequence is all about the right to feel pleasure, to feel passion, to feel emotion. Eventually lower your fingers down to the floor just beneath your shoulders and heel toe both feet in just beyond hip distance apart. Allow your feet to draw out about 45 degrees and sink your pelvis down into Malasana, a deep, deep squat. Take a few breaths here in Malasana, opening through your chest, your heart, even the back of your heart. Observing the sensation in this very common birthing position, a position most women experience at some point during their labor. Can you find groundedness and stability here before placing your hands behind you, carefully releasing your hips to the floor? Of course, propping your hips up if need be, and placing the soles of your feet together. In Baddha Konasana, you might choose to grab your big toes, inhale to lengthen, and then exhale to fold forward. We begin to stretch all of the different tendons and ligaments through the inner lines of your legs, around your adductors. Be mindful not to push too deep or pull too far, instead finding that sweet spot, not too hot, not too cold, just right. Take one more full cycle of breath here. And gently rise back up, lean back on your hands, make any movements you'd like, perhaps rocking your knees like windshield wipers from left to right. Now open your legs wide for a wide-legged forward fold. You might choose to bend your knees, prop up your hips, stay upright, or fold forward. Really listen to your body. Give yourself permission to feel sensations, but also to step away if things don't feel safe or comfortable. Here we embody a deep, deep stretch through the backs of our legs and our inner groin. As you come back out of the pose, take your time. Go nice and slow. And eventually descend down onto the left side of your body. Notice the power, the energy, and the sensations of that power and energy as they rush through your system. This practice was designed to open your sacral chakra, your center of fertility, of feeling, of emotion, of passion and pleasure. As you rest here in side-lying Shavasana, can you feel and embody the goddess that you are? Trusting that the work that you do as a woman carrying a baby inside her womb is the most powerful work available to humankind. For the next few moments in stillness, begin to silently repeat our mantra. As you breathe in, repeating, I have the right to feel. As you breathe out, repeating, I let go of shame or guilt. Inhale the right to feel. Exhale any presence of shame or guilt. Breathing and silently repeating your mantra for the next few moments in this wonderful, quiet, and deserved place of rest. Remaining as you are, just notice if your mind has wandered, and anchor your attention back into your breath, back into feeling. I have the right to feel. I let go of shame and guilt. I have the right to feel. I let go of shame and guilt. Take one more deep, deep breath into your body. Open your mouth wide. Exhale. Let that breath and anything that accompanies it go. Move slowly. Press your palms into the floor, keeping your knees towards one another. Start to lift back upright, finding a comfortable cross-legged position. Gently draw your hands towards your heart center. Say any final prayers for yourself or your baby. Namaste.